I have problems with man-made fibers. And so the beginning of this summer, Walmart actually had some beach towels, not these, but similar to these, that were on for half price. Actually, a little under half price. This is the tag, has it at $12.77. They were actually $6, and uh, my mom got me a couple, thinking that we could make something out of them because they were a meter by 2 meters, I believe, or roughly a little over 3 feet wide by a little over 6 feet long. And I decided they'd make a really good blanket, but you'd need three of them to make it long enough, because 6 by 6 just isn't long enough for me. I have a hard time with blankets that are 90 plus inches, 96 inches or more. I ended up buying another blanket or another towel. I searched 3 or 4 Walmarts and I couldn't find the exact print. I ended up going with something that had starfish and seashells and stuff, and I was going to do it between the two that were similar but different neutral colors. And that was at the beginning of the summer. And then at the end of the summer, found 9 of these again at Walmart for $6. However, these ones were 40 inches by 72 inches, so a little bit shorter, a little bit wider. And what I've done, and this is actually what's taken the time, I could not get this seam to hold. When I'd pin it, it would do like that because as the pin went through it, and it just wouldn't hold straight. And the last week, one night, I was in bed. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday night, and I thought if I did this, it would still give me room for the foot to pass with the sewing machine, and hold it straight. I had all these little binder clips, so I tried it and ended up being up till almost 1 o'clock in the morning sewing the first 3 together. They're actually done. They're on my bed, as a matter of fact, right now. But I thought I'd kind of go through how I did this. And yes, I did sew it. I did learn a little bit about my machine doing it, because putting this back together where I had to unpick it so I could do this was a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to, like I said, do this. This is actually going to be 3 seams to make this here. I'll do 1 straight seam and then I'll fold it over and do 2 more zigzags to hold down the seam after it's done. Yeah, we're still recording. I'm going to do a little bit. I'll speed it up, or who knows. It'll be boring if I don't. The problem with this is the size and the weight of it makes it difficult, and it needs to go evenly. My mints for the no smoking, I'm over like 2 weeks and 3 days without a nicotine replacement, and it's been since September 25th or 6th since I've had any tobacco. Let me get this so I can move it easily and keep it straight. I need to start it off straight. But I'm doing really good with the no smoking, and this takes a lot of time, but still $18 for a blanket that is roughly 6 feet wide by 9'8" or so long isn't bad. It is just a light blanket. I'm not quilting it. I am doing 3 of them. And I think now that I've done it once, the second and third should be a lot faster. I'm only doing 2 together right now because adding the third one is actually quite a challenge. Uh-oh. Oops, I did the wrong 2 together. I did the third one. Let me check it and see if I got it right. Okay, I checked, and this one I did do right. One of them is still sewn, and the other one isn't, so that I can do the third. Pardon me for kicking the tripod. So I can get the third towel attached. I'll have to take the others apart and do that again. I've actually put a piece of tape here on the machine to show me roughly where I want the fabric to be. But I'm going to see about starting over on the sewing since this one is correct. I have to grab something, so we're going to pause it. I do need to take these off, and because they're not pins, still have to have somewhere to put the clips, and that's what I need. This is my machine. However, this is Mom's sewing room that it's set up in. And what did I do with that? I just lost it. And actually, she's the one that helped me do clip these together. Just because it was simpler having some help. I don't know what I did with the one that I just took off. I set it down somewhere. Well, I guess I'll find it. But I had these in just the plastic container that they came in, and she convinced me to put it in this cookie tin. When I was growing up, we always had a button box, and the button box was in one of those tins, just a bigger one. But I'm going to get back to sewing. That's enough reminiscing. This won't sew itself, so I'm going to sew it a little bit myself. Well, as is and has been the case with most things in my life in the last 15 years, I just can't seem to keep anything dry. That includes the sewing machine, which I thought was somewhere dry and wasn't. It was in the RV. One of these days I'll actually maybe be able to pay Mom back for buying it. But I thought it was okay in the RV, and it wasn't. So it's taken some time getting this to work. The zigzag stitch took a lot of time to get to come around, but it works. It's just I'm noticing that it definitely needs probably taken apart and cleaned, and I'll have to get around to that. It's only plastic case, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I'm going to get back to sewing. Well, maybe I'll get back to sewing. Well, I stitched a little bit and back stitched, and hopefully that'll make it work. Not wanting to feed for some reason. Let me see what I can do on that. Well, I was trying to do it with my right hand behind the machine, and it's not letting me. I don't know how much anybody can see with me holding this from the machine. And I've got to have the tripod. Can't do it behind me because it gets in the way. Well, maybe I can. Let me see what I can do. Don't know if this is going to make it any better or not, but part of the reason that this size blanket will work for me, um, shortly after Mom bought the RV for me, she also bought a mattress for me because the RV didn't have a mattress in it. Had a couple of pieces of foam, and they had food and mice evidence, and so I cleaned it all and threw it all away, and uh, custom ordered a mattress from Denver Mattress. And I'm single, and with my finances, I don't foresee, and I haven't foreseen in a long time, finding a partner, however much I'd like to. And so I like a long bed, and even an extra long, the size of a queen or a king, isn't the 80 inches just isn't quite enough for me. But I do like the 84 inch on the waterbed sizes, and so I actually found a super single waterbed replacement mattress. Denver Mattress had their doctor's choice, and the mattress alone was close to $500. And Mom actually got that for me to go in the RV. That got the RV almost, I think it was Thanksgiving weekend 3 years ago. The mattress, I think, came in January or February the following year, maybe even December of that year. And so far, I've slept in it for about 4 hours. It's really comfortable, and Mom would actually like me to get into it and sleep in it full time. However, I've got to do something about getting the RV fixed, and from the evidence from where the machine was in the RV, it's going to be a lot of work fixing all the leaks, because that was another roof leak that caused, well, you can't see it on the machine, but there's some rust on the right here. There's some rust, some more over here. But I'm going to get on sewing. I don't know, rambling. Something's not right here. I'm going to have to go back and unpick, and I think it's the bobbin thread there's an issue with. So this isn't going to be a quick project. It never has been from the start. Where is it? So I'm not going to bore everybody with the unpicking. I'll get back to it probably. Yeah, I'm going to have to unpick quite a bit. Probably about the time I start folding these over. And once I get the completely done, I'll fold these over and stitch these down with a zigzag covering this. That's later down the road. But I'm going to see about getting the bobbin figured out. And we'll go from there. Well, probably a good idea if I put more thread on this, since it's almost out. So I guess I'll do that first, and then try to figure out why it's not happy. Oh yeah, I had about 2 yards of bobbin thread on there. Well, I'll get back to this, probably not tonight, but there's a little bit I'm going to have to unpick and reclip this and do the bobbin. I've got some work to do. We'll get back to it.